The Ottawa Senators are looking to make a huge change, and Elias Pettersson makes history. We'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hattrick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. Well, with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is the Senators are testing the waters. And as we take a look here from Frank Saravelli, he says multiple teams have inquired about Jakob Chychrun, acquired from Arizona just 10 months ago, and they haven't been told that Chychrun is unavailable. He adds, the truth is the Senators have a logjam on the left side of their defense, and they say as the Senators navigate the potential offers for the blue liner, they'll need to determine if he's a part of their future or if getting a high return is better the play long term if they aren't competitive this season. He also does add here that Chychrun does have one more season on his deal after this one at a $4.6 million cap hit. And as we take a look here at that trade that Saravelli did mention, the Ottawa Senators got him last season in exchange for a first-round draft pick, a conditional second-round draft pick, and another second-round draft pick in 2026. And as we take a look at Jakob Chychrun's stats here so far this season, he does have 26 points in 37 games so far this season. And last year, while he was a part of the Senators during the latter part of the season, he had 5 points in 12 games. And as we take a look here, it says Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman reported the Senators management were letting teams know they're willing to try some things. He said they're in the market for professional players who know how to play properly and take good care of themselves. America, I know this is big news. Obviously, Ottawa Senators have been struggling a little bit here this season. I believe right now they are last in the East as we are recording this video. I mean, it just seems to me that they're looking to change something up to try to get themselves out of the little slump they're in and try to get them back to be a competing team again.
Yeah, you kind of seen this season. They went out and got a guy like Tarasenko to put into this lineup. I mean, they've got Claude Giroux. They went out and traded for Chychrun just last year. This was a team that was expecting to be in the hunt for the playoffs and almost making a bit of noise in the playoffs as well. And things have went quite south in Ottawa with that sense. But you look at Chychrun himself; he's still in the midst of getting into his prime. He's not even fully in his prime yet. Health issues have been a bit of a thing. He can't quite stay too healthy. I mean, last year we've seen once he came to the Sens, he only got 12 games in. He put up 5 points, but so far this year, he has been playing great for the Sens. So we did see them trade a conditional first, a conditional second, and another second round pick just last season for a guy like this. So you're going to have to think that they're going to be looking for quite the haul coming back. Maybe this is a situation where they want to put Pinto in with this, where they're unable to sign him at the current moment with the cap space, package these guys together, maybe bring back a veteran that has a bit of term that can kind of grow with this team with all the young guys in Timmy Stew, Brady Tkachuk, every piece that they have that's still young. And they're obviously going to want a lot of prospects or picks coming back. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what they're looking for, what they're willing to get, and if they're going to just part ways with Chychrun, maybe start building on the right side, add a veteran forward as well, and just look to change things around. I mean, at the current moment, they're 5 points ahead of the San Jose Sharks, who were just on a 12-game losing streak. So being that far down while having the expectations of making the playoffs is not a good look for Ottawa.
Yeah, and they definitely do have the facilities here to make a even massive, bigger trade than what you're saying. They could even move out a guy like Tarasenko, Kubalik to package them up with a guy like Chychrun and make a massive roster move here and try to get themselves out of the hole they're in right now. And potentially, if they can go on a run here, go up the leaderboards, maybe they could get a wild card spot, but they are a ways away from that. They need to make a massive change here, in my opinion. They fired their coach. They got a new, an interim guy in there right now. So, Ottawa's in a little bit of a sticky situation, but there are teams, that could use a guy like Jakob Chychrun, teams that are looking to be competitors in the playoffs this year. A team that I'm looking at right now is probably the New Jersey Devils. I think he'd be a great add for that team, but I mean, with 1 year left, it'll be hard on their cap situation to figure that out.
Yeah, the Devils would be an interesting team. I know there's quite a few injuries over there right now. Two teams that I kind of want to look at a lot are the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, they kind of tie together a little bit. Last season, we seen the big sweepstake who's going to get Jakob Chychrun. The Toronto Maple Leafs were in on him. They ultimately did back out. The Sens got him. But the thing that connects these guys are the Pittsburgh Penguins were also in on him, and this was during the Ron Hextall era. So now, when Ron Hextall left, Kyle Dubas, the ex general manager for the Toronto Maple Leafs, ended up going to Pittsburgh. So you do think with Pittsburgh struggling, looking to get a little younger, maybe wanting to add pieces to really make that next jump, I think adding a guy like Chychrun would be outstanding over there, especially with the Sens they have a lot of veterans. They're a bit of a retirement home at the moment. So if the Sens are looking for picks, prospects, and a veteran piece to come back, kind of, mold together this Ottawa locker room, make it a little more professional. I think Pittsburgh has a lot of guys they can offer on this. And then I also wouldn't just kind of take out the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, they're going to be active. We've seen multiple reports coming out that Toronto's looking at every option. They've looked at multiple goaltenders. They've been sending out offers to the Calgary Flames just a couple of months ago on Sidorov, Tanev. So don't take out the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know Jake McCabe is currently the second pairing defenseman on the left side, but he has shown he can play right. So Chychrun could slot in, be a part for the future, and then still help them compete just this season.
Yeah, it's definitely a great point you make there. I really do like Pittsburgh in this scenario. Like you said, they have a lot of veteran guys, and if they're looking for a veteran, maybe they throw a few picks Ottawa's way and ship one of the veterans back. And I really do think this could be a good deal. Like you said, two kind of struggling teams just looking for a little bit of a shake-up, and I really do think that this could be a great move. And Toronto, obviously, there's a lot of rumors saying that they're looking for defensemen. Like you said, they're on every offer. They're going to throw an offer at everything here come trade deadline. And I really do think, keep your eyes out for Jakob Chychrun maybe coming to Toronto. But let us know down in the comment section, where do you think Jakob Chychrun ends up? Let us know down below. We're going to get into our second topic of the video, which is Pettersson makes history. And as we take a look here, it says Elias Pettersson becomes the first player in NHL history to score the game-winning goal in 4 straight road games. And we go on to see here, the last player to do that was Danny Alfredsson in 2007 when he scored 4 game-winning goals in 4 straight contests, and the leader right now is Newsy Lalonde. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that is a player back in 1921 when he did it 5 times in a row. And we go on to see here in his last 4 games, Elias Pettersson is like got 12 points in his last 4 games. He's on a big tear right now. But he had 3 2-goal games in his last 4, and he also, as you can see here, has the game-winning goal in his last 4 games. And also, this is just his stats throughout this season. He's been on a rampant tear this season, having 57 points in 42 games with 22 goals, 35 assists. And Mark, obviously, Pettersson has been playing phenomenal this year. I got him on my fantasy hockey team. He's been playing unreal for me. Just wanted to put that out there. But this is great to hear that he's, making history here by scoring 4 game-winning goals in 4 straight road contests, and he's only 1 away from breaking the all-time record.
Yeah, it's insane. You look at Petey this season, he has been outstanding. He was outstanding last year, and he's really carrying it into this season. Like you're saying, currently he holds the record for the most game-winning goals in a row on the road. We've seen these come against hard teams too. The Devils are not a team you can push around. Then you look at both New York teams, they have Sorokin and Shesterkin. Both of these goalies started, and they're some of the best goalies in the league. He's on an absolute tear, and the fact that he is 1 goal away from tying a record of having just 5 consecutive game-winning goals. It's not to get confused with the 4 road game-winning goals and the 5 just total game-winning goals, but he is 1 away from tying a record that's almost 100 years old. It just shows how special this kid is, how special of an organization that the Vancouver Canucks have been in a whole, where they're just bringing this guy in. He's been outstanding. They're building around him. They're doing everything right. And this season just feels special for the Canucks and Pettersson himself. And with them being one of the best teams in the NHL, I wouldn't be surprised if the storyline continues and he gets the 5 straight game winning goals and then continues on to break it with 6.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get paid here, obviously. He's looking for an extension still, but, 12 points in your last 4 games is kind of unheard of here. year. That's McDavid-esque numbers, and I mean, he's playing unreal this year. Vancouver has been on a tear, like we've mentioned before. They're an absolute wagon right now. I'm definitely hopping on the Canucks bandwagon come playoff time because this is just such an exciting team to watch. And when you got a guy like Pettersson going out and doing this night in and night out, it's just amazing hockey to watch. It makes it so much more interesting, and I really do hope he does break this record because it would just be great to see. Like you said, a record that's like almost 100 years old or over 100 years old. So it's just would be a nice one to add, to the shelf, as you would say.
Yeah, he's going to break a lot of records through his career. I think he's going to hold a lot of records for the Canucks if they do get him signed. And honestly, I could see him winning a couple of awards this year with just his current play. He's been outstanding. So I definitely think keep an eye on, watch a bunch of Canucks games. We might see more history being made, not just from last night, but going into next game as well.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. It's going to be fun to watch this Vancouver team down the second half of the season, and I really can't wait to see what Pettersson does throughout the rest of this year because, like we said, he's on a phenomenal pace right now. Well, let us know down below in the comments section. Are you watching the Vancouver Canucks? What do you think of this team this year? Do you think they're going to win the Stanley Cup? Because they're up there for me right now. They might be my favorite at this point in time, but we'll have to see what happens. But we're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day isn't really a comment today. It is a tweet from Mark Mathot back in 2021 when he said Ottawa will have a much better team than Toronto in 2 to 3 years. Won't even be close. And this one was from Mark. Mark threw this one in, so I'm just going to give him the floor here.
I just wanted to put this tweet out here. I still look at this constant. I find it hilarious that he was so confident in saying this. And when you do look at it, the Leafs are one of the best teams in the league and in the East. And you look at the Sens, and they're a bottom five team. So I just want to put it out there. I find it hilarious. Sorry, Sens fans. I do feel for you. I think you have a great franchise. You have a lot of good pieces coming through. But I just found this hilarious. And I think this is one of the worst takes from Mark Mathot for sure.
Yeah, I'm on the Ottawa train. My grandfather is been a diehard Ottawa Senators fan, so I'm always cheering for them. Really want them to do well, and I mean it just sucks to see with the team they have right now, the spot they're in. I really hope that they can turn it around here throughout the second part of the season and maybe go to hunt for a playoff spot. But it's going to be tough. Really hope that they can get out of this hole right now and make a move to do this. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers, so make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button. We just hit 2,500. Just want to give a shout out to all you guys watching. Thanks for your support and love on this channel. We really do appreciate it. It makes me and Mark want to pump out these videos even more. As you can see, we did a 3-video day yesterday. This is our second video of the day, so we're fired up. We're on the push for 3,000, so why don't you join along with us? But if you enjoyed the NHL, make sure to check out this video we did earlier today. But as always, I've been your host, KC, alongside my co-host, Mark Pye. Keep your stick on the ice.